Hey jerks, good morning. So today I'm just gonna do a couple of little things. I did want to point out something that, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get more low on the Cumstain. It's okay, it's just not low enough, and especially the back's not low enough. So I'm just gonna sort of take the back springs out because I forgot to put the dust shields on, and then there's something else I forgot to put on there too, like these little hats. I'll show them to you later. Look, I love living in Florida. It's hot all the time, it's nice, but here's what sort of sucks about the summertime is that it is so humid for months here. And when I say humid, it's not even like, oh, it's just a little humid, it's stupid humid. So like yesterday it rained, of course, because it rains every day. And around 7 o'clock, I put all the cars in the garage. So the cars were wet because it had been raining. So that was yesterday. And now today, it's almost 11 o'clock, and it is so humid that nothing will dry. So both cars are still have water on them. And it's not that it's a problem that there's water on it. It's just that's the symptom of the fact that it's so humid that it's just so gross. Whatever. But, you know, if you leave laundry in the dryer, forget it. It's gonna get just wet again. That's the way living here is. I jacked the car up. I gotta take that crap off again and stick my arm in there. So here's what we got. I got this back apart. Now obviously this dust boot goes on here, but then there's these parts, and I don't know what this goes. I guess that goes on the top there? Sure. A couple of things I want to try to do is figure out a way to compress this spring more, and I think it has something to do with these spacers. Now normally these spacers go on like this, but what I'm going to try to do, see if it works, is put the top hat on lower. Well, that's not going to work. I have to put that on first. Well, I have to put the... Damn it, you know what? I'm going to do this first and then show you. Okay, so I got the dust boot on. I've got this little shiny top hat thing on, and I think what I'm supposed to do is, see those little spacers right there? They're supposed to go underneath. Now, if I put this top hat back on there, and I'll show you, if I put the top hat back on here, if you look down in there, the threads don't go down low enough to tighten it. So instead of doing that, I am going to put these spacers, I put the spacer on top there, and that way I can lock down the nut. And that's, I think, the only way I can think of to compress this spring anymore. And we'll have to see how that works, I guess. Not really sure if that's the right way to do it, but like a dumbass, I threw out the instructions that might have given me some insight as to what to do. I lowered these down to 5 threads, down from 12, and I guess that's gonna get me a little more low. So we'll see. Okay, so here we go. That's the end product. Looking pretty good. Hopefully that's not gonna be a big problem. So if you're doing this yourself, it's a little hard to get everything lined up because it's just not going to be easy. So you stand on this, which lowers it long enough so that you can get the top part up in there. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to get these screws to line up in the holes up in there. Like that. Okay. Now my friend, who I don't have, would be screwing the bolts in up there. Or I'm going to jam this kind of right here to make sure that it doesn't move. Alternately, you could put that jack that I have sitting right there, you could jack this up to get it into place, but jamming it right there is pretty good. And then I can go in here and just sort of start the bolts, or start the nuts in there, and that way it's not going to fall out. Anyway, so that's going to hold it there while I do the bottom bolts, and then I'll come back and do this. Great. It's going to fucking downpour again. Anyway, if you think you can't take these out by yourself, you can. Just get your big meaty foot on there, wiggle this around a little bit, and it comes right out. Ta-da! What the? All right. Let's take a look at it now. Now that I've kind of fixed it. I'm weak. That's pretty good. I like that. I also learned that if you're going to do the front suspension, all you really need to do is remove the long bolt from the upper control arm. You don't even need to remove that stuff because it flops around in there. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Alright, so I'm putting this back together, and I put everything in there, and then I forgot to put the top hats on. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just drop it real quick again and put the top hats on. But if you can see, I put the stupid collars on the inside. Fuck. Now I need to take it all apart again, pull these out, and put them on top of the top hats. It's so fucking hot. I want to die. I want to die. There, see? That fits so much better. I'm an idiot. And here we go. No, it's not too bad. Gotta take down the other side. That's squishy. I'm not sure I like the squishy. Wow, the back is low. Of course, it's got more weight on it, so I'm not really sure. Okie dokie. What does it look like now? Oh, I like it. I've got basically a hand over here. I feel like this one's lower. Maybe a hair lower, but still have to drive it a little bit to wear it in a bit. So I'm calling this a win. I do need to drive it around just a little bit to see what the shocks feel like and make sure everything is okay. I'm just going to kind of go around the neighborhood. Hopefully I'm not going to crash into anything, so we'll see. I'll come back with a wrap-up here in a second. All right, so here's the wrap-up. It drives. Nothing fell off. I forgot to tighten all my lug nuts before I left the driveway. No wheels fell off this time, though, but I got it. I caught it in time. This is what it looks like. It is pretty nice. The height is pretty much exactly how I like it. It's not obnoxiously low, but it's not dorky high anymore, so that's nice. I think it's a little bit higher than that one, probably a little bit, by quarter inch, half inch maybe. This thing is, I don't know, this is a stilt walker, not really. I don't know, I'm probably gonna get lowering springs at some point for that. But yeah, so that is the end of this video. Put the shocks on correctly this time. I will catch you next time. Tomorrow night is the Miata meet, so that might be fun. I don't usually record at those. I might, I don't know, we'll see. Follow my Instagram, GoodEggMiata, and thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Bye.